Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you. I hope you are doing well. I hope that this day is going well for you, or evening, whenever you're watching this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll enjoy it here. So today what we're going to do, and excuse me, I'm still coughing. I've had a request to show my washi tape that I made that was inspired by Rachel of Roxy Creations. I'm sure most of you know who she is, and if you don't, you need to, I'll put her link in the description box below because you need to watch her. She's amazing. So I had, off camera, I had prepared, I was just having a play the other day and just watching her video and just having fun, creating some fun Christmas washi. So we'll do that, but first I want to show you what I've been doing for those of you that maybe didn't watch my jelly plate video that I just put up. And which, yeah, I mean, I am so not spectacular at jelly plating at all. But I took some of the papers that I had already either put on a jelly plate or that I had brayered off ink, and I added more embellishments to those. And I thought that that could be fun to show you what you can do. Just as an example, you don't have to just use a jelly plate. You can add stenciling. You can add paint. You can do stamping. You can do different things so that if you want to make what it is a little more interesting, you can do that too. And I will just kind of, I trimmed my papers so that I could use them a little bit easier. These have just had the jelly plate, I've just played with the jelly plate, put those on. No rhyme or reason really, but I'm not done. So there's more that I want to do to these, and these were just brayered off pages, so those can be fun too. Those I've done nothing to. So what I wanted to do is show you those that I have added a little bit more. So this one, all I did, it was green, just plain green, and I added my stencil, my star stencil, and look, I cleaned it. I actually cleaned it, you guys. I don't know if I'll ever clean it again, but I did this one time. So I stenciled white, and then with a Posca paint pen, I did little snowflakes, little dots to make it snowflakey. So I'm kind of not necessarily doing all this kind of Christmassy, but I am keeping in mind that we're going to be doing Christmas things here, and so I'm preparing some papers for that. So I thought that turned out really cute. This one, I just took my Posca pen and just started drawing, just making some circles, just filling it in. So just fun. This one I have done nothing to because I absolutely love these colors. I don't know, maybe I will at some point, but those are just pretty. Okay, this one, what I ended up doing was just with a red, and this is just a Sharpie, outlining my stars a little bit so that they pop a little bit more. So I thought that kind of gave fun definition and very simple to do. And then this one, I drew some silver circles, and then my gold pen is leaking, So when I try to draw normal lines, it'll glob, you know, it'll plop a big glob down there. So I just said, well, why not make that glob work for you? So then I just started spreading it out, and then I started putting globs of gold, you know, to just sort of finish it out. And then I added, at the very last bit, I added some silver lines in it. And I really like this now. Look at the, you know, it's got that shine. It's fun. So looking forward to using that. Okay, and then this one, I kind of did along the lines of the way Rachel did her washi tape, in that I did part of it one way and then, you know, sectioned off and did different things. So here we have, and the blues are variegated, as you can see here. And this was rollered off. This is tracing paper or deli paper, I'm not sure which. And then I sectioned off a little bit here and did some white Christmas trees and added some little pink dots to make them just kind of fun, and added little snowflakes. And then I did stars, white stars, and I had it like this for these. And then I did silver trees with white bulbs, I guess, lights on them, and then snowflakes in between. And I thought that turned out really fun as well. Okay, this one, I just added more. I got my stamping, I think I used magenta for these stars, and used my stencil and added stars, and then added some more stars. I already had some, and so those are kind of in the background, and I highlighted some, but I love how this turned out. I love this. This is very cool. Okay. So this one, what I did was just add, I have another stencil, and I just added some white paint. And then what I also did on this one, let's see if I can find it here real quick without taking too much time or effort. So I have this Tim Holtz, and if you look very closely, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I've got little bits, and I did a magenta on that here and there, just highlighting. And then I also did a brown, what did I use? I used the vintage photo for that a little bit. But you can see it's really subtle, but it makes the background, it just gives it more texture. And you can still do a whole bunch more to this, but until I know exactly what I might want to use it for, I thought this was good. Okay, so here's another one that I just took and I added. This is a stencil that I put here and there, and then you might not be able to see it too well, but I also did a circle stencil with some greens and highlighted those. And I love this now. And here's another one. You have the gold overlay on the pink and the green. And I did my circles. I stenciled some black on here, and I stenciled some gold on here as well, to give it more dimension. And then of course you have, you know, with the stars and whatnot. I think that looks really pretty. And this one was a brayered off sheet. And what I added here was a stamp. This is a stamp and this is a stamp. These are two separate stamps. One's a filler and one's the outline. And I just stamped around and then stamped extra of the outline. And then I also I have this stamp, which gives it the look of, you know, like you're flipping paint, you know, droplets of paint on your paper. It gives you a similar look, but with stamping. And here Again, I have used this star stencil and used a brilliant blue or a brocade blue. I can't remember. My ink pads are super, super old. This was when Stampin' Up! Was, well, I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you know, back in the dinosaur age. And I don't have any of like the new stuff, new colors or anything like that. And I got rid of all my stamps, and that was stupid, but but we do dumb things. But anyway, so I stenciled the blue and I stenciled the gold and I added, you know, the white to that. So that makes a very pretty sheet to use. This one I didn't do anything to because I loved it. I love the gold and the black and the white combination here, and you can see the dictionary page through it. Love the texture. I love that. This one, we just had added, you know, we added the, did I add anything to this one? You know, I can't, as I'm looking at that, I don't think I did. Maybe I just trimmed around that. Thought it was done, and I do. I love these colors. Okay, so this one, all I did was trim it. I kind of love this. I think it's super cool. You know, it's sort of modeled and got a little bit of this and that, but it's very pretty, and this is on the glassine paper. Now, I wanted to show you this. Well, I'll show you this first. And I didn't do anything to this either except trim around it because I'm in love with that paper as well. Okay, now what I wanted to show you, I had two just like this. And I altered one and didn't, but I wanted to show you what you can do. So, this one I didn't alter, this one I did alter. They were basically the same, but as you can see, I did a bunch of stenciling, I did some color on here, just, you know, so it just depends upon the look that you're going for, you guys. I just wanted to show you that you don't have to be satisfied. If you're not happy with your jelly plate, with what you've come up with, do it again, or put it in a pile to go ahead and alter and add a few things to it. You know, some stenciling, some stamps, some just rubbing on colors and different things so that, you know, you can feel really happy about what you did. So these are the ones that I'm going to go ahead and alter, and maybe we'll do, if we have time. Well, let's just do a little one. We'll do one small one on camera, and then we'll go and do the washi tape. Okay, so what do I want here? Actually, if I had a stencil that had Christmas trees, I would do that. But I don't. Let's see, what are my choices? I've got the stars. I don't have like a ton of, that might be kind of cool, huh? Maybe. And then, of course, there's little circles, and there's bigger circles. This one, this one, this one, this one. Wood, we don't want wood. What fell out? I think some fell out. I need to organize. As you can see, this is kind of a mess. I need to organize this better. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys recommend I use? Yell! I can't hear you. Put your ideas and your thoughts down. That might be cool. Let's leave that out. And then we got some smaller bits and bobs. Let's squares, circles. Those are cool. Hearts. And more stars. Well, maybe not today. Let's see. Well, see, this could take a long time, and I don't want it to take a long time. So we just need to pick one and run with it. And so I think we will I sure wish you were here, my friends, to just one of you just shout it out. Shout it out so I can hear what you want to work on. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. All right. All right. Well, we are just going to scrap those. We'll put those in later. All right. Move that out of the way. We've got this. We've got the stars. You've seen the stars. We've done the stars a lot. Let's not do the stars again. We could do the bubbles. Or we could do this. That might be cool. Okay. And maybe we'd do different layers. Okay, so let's start with this one. And let's go with a forest green, a green. Let me see if I have one out here or if I need to go grab one. Okay. And I need to be able to check the color of my dauber. Okay. And stenciling can be a whole lot of fun. Okay, see how easy that is, you guys? So let's just do some little bit here, a little bit there. You can lift up and take a peek, see at what you're doing. So I have to tell you guys, yesterday when I was working on the jelly plate, and I mean, my fingers, everything was just like, wow, Rhonda, you've got a big mess here. And I certainly did. And I still do. I've got stuff on my desk for sure. But when I got done, I noticed that, okay, so do I want to keep that in succession, the same size, and it's going down, bigger bubbles and smaller? Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. I had painted one of my favorite shirts. I had paint, acrylic paint down the front of me. And it was like, really? So my husband is amazing, and he's been doing the laundry for, I don't know. When I had knee surgery many years ago, I had total knee replacement surgery, and the laundry room was on a basement level in the house that we were living at the time. And he didn't want me to have to mess with that. And so he said, I'm taking over the laundry. And at that time, I was I was just like, I didn't care about laundry. I was miserable. Like, okay, fine. But once he started doing that, he's like, you know, laundry's kind of fun. So I just want to keep doing it. And well, you know, I mean, am I going to make him sad and say, no, I have to do the laundry. That's my job. No, I'll share. I'll share. So anyway, he has done that. So I'm going into him with my shirt and showing him, and he's like, what have you been doing? Oh, just visiting with my friends and, you know, working on a jelly plate. He's like, is that paint? I said, yeah. He says, well, I don't know how to get paint out. And I'm like, okay. And I could read up on it, and maybe I could soak it or something. But it's not like the shirt. I've had it for a long time. So I just decided, well, okay, then it'll just become a work shirt. So that's what we're doing with that. It's turned into a work shirt. But it was like, okay, you really get going with your friends there. I'm like, yeah, we have a good time. Okay, now what do I want to do here? Maybe, I could put some paint down. I could do some stamping. La, 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 la. Dots are always fun. I love dots. Let's grab, okay, just one sec. I'm here. I'm just behind you. I'm pulling out my paints. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because I got on a different shirt. And I really don't want to turn this one into a work shirt. So let's do green and a milky white. Let's give those two a try. And that means I need to grab a piece of paper or something to become a palette. So we'll put a little bit of green, a little bit of milky white, and we will, I think I just want to stab those on. What's the best? Let's see, what if we do this? Can you see? I don't know that this is going to work very well, but let's just kind of do some paint stabbing here and there. And it's just, it's just fun, you guys. You gotta try some of these things, and I hope you are. I hope that you are working along with. I know I had a hard time hearing you on your choice for stencil. I'm trying to be better at listening. So the sky really is the limit on what you can do to make your own fun papers to embellish with, to collage with, make Christmas cards, whatever, you really want to do. This is just to show you that, it can just be fun to try new and different things. And sometimes, if you're like me at all, and I'm assuming that we do have many things in common because, number one, you're watching this. Thank you. And number two, you're also artistic. That doesn't look very good. Oh well. And you like to create. You like to do things. You like to create. And you like to try different things. So I'm assuming that you enjoy trying different things sometimes. Also, I want to share with you guys that I have come up with I'm not sure what you call it. Well, actually, I am going to hashtag, it's going to be hashtag November Play 2021. And I have invited some other people to join me in this. And basically, it's using prompts throughout the month of November, preparing for December. You can work on getting your December daily journal ready if that's something that you do. Can be just prepping whatever it is that you want to do towards preparing for December so that you're just a little bit ahead maybe of where, at least like where I am normally, because I have wonderful ideas and I have wonderful intentions, but they don't always pan out. And sometimes December can get pretty crazy. And so I thought, well, if we work on things together and do different things, and we're all, kind of doing something, not necessarily the same thing, but we're all connected with doing something on the list, then it can be just kind of a fun time for everybody. Okay, I'm going to call that good. For that, I do need to let the paint dry, and then I may come back after and put some with my Posca, some little snowflakey things on there as well. But as you can see, it's just really fun. It's easy to change things around a little bit to make your papers really usable. Just keep working at it until you're like, yeah, I love that. So that you're happy with the product. Okay, now switching things up. Let me put these away, or at least off the table. And we will get our Christmas things out. We'll continue with that. These are the papers that I was using as I was working on my paper. So I do have tracing paper, but it's at the bottom of a pile of books and papers that I just haven't had a chance to go through yet and unpack it. It got packed. My husband was very good about packing things up when we were planning on going on a mission. And yeah, and that didn't happen. And so now it's a matter of unpacking all of that stuff. And I have to find places for things. So let me grab some of my pens and things that I've been working with. I don't have any cool, fancy markers. I've been looking at some, and I certainly was watching Rachel using, her daughters. I thought those were very cool, but I haven't done anything like that yet. But we'll just grab some stuff out. Now, just to show you again, so I have 2 light strands. Let's go with one of those. Let's show you how I did, how I did mine. There's no, It's not amazing, and I will link Rachel's video so you can watch her. She's amazing. I love to watch Rachel. I love to watch several people. But she's one of them. Okay. So, let's just go with, we're just gonna, draw a string, and then, and sometimes I turn it, I turn it so that it works for me. So now what I'm doing is I'm just drawing every little bit, kind of an oval, but maybe a little fatter at the top to mimic some of the old-fashioned lights that we see sometimes, I love the old-fashioned lights. They're my favorite. That's what I grew up with. And when we had our tree, one of my fond memories, my brother and I, who was just 4 or 5 years older than me, he and I would come home from school, and we would change the colors on the tree. Mom had enough bulbs that we could make the tree red or green or blue. So we would come home from school, and whatever the color was, we would be like, let's change the lights. And we would do that. And then Mom would come home from work and find that the tree was now green instead of blue or all colors. Because Mom liked all colors and red. So we just, we were just kind of like, what did you do? Oh, we just wanted to change. She thought we were crazy, but she didn't seem to mind. And then one time, we're like, Mom, what are you doing? And she's like, well, you guys do it. So she changed all the colors to red. That was just kind of a fond memory that I have. So I absolutely love the old-fashioned bulbs. And as you can see, I don't have a set of anything amazing, so I'm just kind of, I'm using what I've got. To draw to just, get my lights. You can use whatever colors you like, of course. And this just gives you a string of lights. And then I went and outlined them all, and not necessarily very well. I'm pretty shaky, guys. So what have you been working on? Are you still doing fall things? Are you working on Christmas gifts or decorations? Are you planning big family get-together for Thanksgiving? Are you going on vacation? I would love to hear what's going on in your life. You all pretty much know what's going on in mine. And this would normally be my weekly infusion. But I'm not there. Yay! Okay, so that's basically what I did there. And then we'll just, let's shake, shake, shake that little pin. And here we'll go ahead and put this down so that we don't extend over where we should. And we'll just dot it. We'll just give us some snowflakes here, guys. I love the way the white shows up on this vellum, and I have no doubt that it too will show up beautifully on the tracing paper and be even a little clearer because, well, it depends on the tracing paper that you have. And I believe I have both. That's a little foggier, if you will, not quite so translucent, and then the tracing paper that's very translucent. But I have a lot of this vellum as well. And I think it will work beautifully for this. Okay. And I do want to, not sure how long this video will be. I worry that I maybe won't be able to get it all in for you, but hopefully I will do enough that you can kind of get an idea. And then, of course, go to Rachel's channel and see what she's done, because she's the inspirer for this project, for sure. Okay, first one done. Oh, no, nuts. Ugh. Well, okay. So that happens when you're not paying close attention, I suppose. Well, we'll do something when it comes to that one. Maybe I can wipe some of that off. Okay. Okay, where did I get that on? Let's switch and do this other one. Okie dokie. So that's that one. And this one is very all over the place. So I think what I'm going to do here, I'll do this one, but I will make it less busy. We'll make it a little more normally, kind of. So this one is somewhat the same as the other, in that I am doing little ovals and highlighting, making the one part fatter than the other to look like those old-fashioned bulbs, like I mentioned. And this one, let's see. I am doing this differently, so I hope it works out. I hope it works, you guys. Okay. So then, let's go with the colors that we've already used there. We'll This is, you know, this would be fun to do maybe with your kids or grandkids, to let them kind of experiment, and you could come up with some fun family themes, and you could have a contest of who can do the best, you know. That could be fun. All right, we'll go with green, green, green. So let's do there. These are just so relaxing. You know how sometimes you just, you know, you've been working on something, and those of you that are working on journals and things, you know that they take time and effort to get just the way you want them to look. They're easy and they're not easy. They can be very complicated. And so it's just fun to intersperse it with things that are just kind of no-brainer, just simple things, you know, just simple, and you don't have to give too terribly much thought to it. And you could definitely put the, you know, some different colors in here. Everybody has different ideas. Now I love pink, and I've done some pink ones. Okay, so there we go with that part. Now let's go ahead and, where's my outliner? Let's go ahead and outline these. And these bulbs, I am adding a silver attachment, I guess, hook, where they hook. Actually, I don't need that for what I'm doing right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me bring this over and let's see if we can get you in closer so you can see a little bit better. I apologize, guys. I didn't realize that was... And my left hand is just in the way, isn't it? I wish I could do this with my right hand, but I'm a lefty. Which reminds me, back in 3rd grade, my teacher, Mrs. Levitt, very sweet lady, she tried so hard to get me to write with my right hand. And of course now, you know, they say that left-handers are creative. Not that right-handers can't be creative as well, but it's more of a common trait, I guess. But for so many years, it's like everybody trying to get you to do something different, and you're just not feeling it. You're like, that's hard. No, it doesn't work that way. My hands want to do this. And people kind of like, you know, the old sigh. Okay, now what I'm going to do, and Oh, let's see, maybe if I bring it up even some more, that you'll be able to see this a little bit better. Keeping in mind, Rhonda, do not mess your shirt up. So I am just, with my silver, doing a little where you screw the bulb on, I guess. Just doing that. And of course, I don't want to go over with my arm or hand and mess up what I've already done. Okay, we're going to, let me just dry that just a sec. And then, here we go. We are, well, maybe I'm trying to do that too soon. Can you see that? What I'm doing is just kind of outlining that silver a little bit so it stands out. Okay. And then last of all, we will draw the string of lights that keeps them all together. If I had thought about it earlier, or had Rachel showed us earlier, but you know, now doing this, it's just so fun. You could do any theme that you wanted. You could do a fall theme and do pumpkins and cats and, you know, all kinds of things like that. Okay, now here's the one that I did before. And so now I'm just going to have these strings just kind of go into each other. I don't know if that makes sense. Oops, I didn't get that one. So I'm just so you're just drawing, you know, now you're just drawing this, you're attaching your lights, and they don't have to go everywhere. You can have some cross over. You can have them, you know, it's just kind of up to you how you want to do it, guys. So okay, So, and you don't have to, I do a lot of lines on there. You can certainly minimize that if you want. And you can do less bulbs to that. I'm not 100% sure if I like it, love it, or if I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. But I think it'll look cute. Okay, let's move on. Let's do another one or two before we call this a video done. I'm not doing them all. Okay, so we've got those. This is just, just drawing easy. These are just lines, just straight down. These are just little, I don't know. When I did them, I didn't have anything in mind. I just did the green, and then I decided to make stars in between, and then I decided to put the white dots, like decorating it like a Christmas tree. This is just a plaid, lines up and down, and then across. This is a fun one to do. There you have like the candy cane effect, and you've got blue like snowflakes and then snow in between, which is fun. Here we've got silver stars with snow in between, and here we have a gold or a yellow with gold stars in between, or on the yellow there. This is just dots, pink and white dots. This one was kind of fun. What I've done is Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and then on the next one, ho, 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 ho. And then Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas again. So maybe I'll show that one. And then we have holly, which is always fun. And these are just little green Christmas trees with gold dots. And then snowflakes, I just did these in white. The reason that you're seeing this brown, I'll show you. I have a whole bunch of these. And it's double-sided tape. I found in a junk store. My son actually found it and pointed it out to me. And it was only $1 a roll. And so I picked up several rolls because, this is inch wide and it's good stuff. So that's why this looks brown. But when, let's see, let me see if we can get the tape to peel a little bit. That's always fun, right? But as you can see, when it goes on something, it will show up whatever color is behind it. So it's not, and that's the way they all are. I've used this tape on those. Okay, so let's do this one. Okay. Let's just, okay. Try to keep that straight. And we shall get our red marker. Okay. Okay. So now I'll move that one out of the way. And I'm just wanting to mirror that as much as possible. Okay. All right. So, in this instance, what I'm going to do here is do that, and then we will come here and finish this one as well. Okay, so then I will get a smaller, let me see, reaching for a smaller one. And actually, you know, that's red. You know what? I think I'll use the black. And we will just, we'll start in this one. And you just write whatever it is you want to write. One thing I found, you guys, with my writing is that with the chemo treatments every week, that you can have issues with neuropathy. And I was finding that my writing was getting really sketchy, kind of. So I don't know if it's hard to tell, you know, from one to the next. Okay, so we did that one in black. Now let's go ahead in red and let's do the ho ho ho. This gives you so many possibilities, you guys. I mean, the sky is the limit as to what you can create. And what makes it really fun is that you're doing it yourself. You can put it in your personal journaling. You can put it in journals that you're selling. I mean, you can just, you know, whatever. And then we will, again, we'll finish out in the black. I should have put Feliz Navidad. I love that song. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I haven't started watching Christmas movies or playing Christmas music yet. But I am enjoying doing Christmas stuff on my paper. Okay, now let's see. So we did that with green. We'll go ahead. We can do this with green too. We'll add some dots now. Intersperse. I had to chuckle on Rachel's one of her videos. I'm not sure which one. I don't think it was the one where she showed this washi tape, or faux. She says faux washi tape. Because she's had a lady comment that it's not washi tape. And, you know, it's like, yes, we all know it's not. Everybody knows it's officially not washi tape. Thank you so much. But, you know, people have been so kind with me. And maybe that's because, you know, I have cancer and quite honestly don't know, you know, my longevity. You know, you never know. Or not. But I have in the past, before I knew I had cancer, I had some snarky comments here and there. And consistently, some that, like, no matter what kind of video I put up, that had to do a thumbs down on it. I suppose it made them feel better, I don't know. But yeah, when you're producing videos, for me, I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but I can speak for me. I just love sharing with you guys. I love you guys. And I feel that I am getting to know several of you through your comments and through my comments. And, you know, I just think it's wonderful. And I'm so grateful. But it takes a bit to put yourself out there and to do videos. And so I so appreciate it when people are kind. It's just, you know, life is so short. Why not be kind, you know? Let's finish this out with a little bit up here, the ho, ho, ho. And I have no problem with combining the secular celebration of Christmas with the religious celebration of Christmas. No problem with that. Okay, can we turn it this way so you can get a good view? Okay. I'll do one more, and then I'm going to call this good for this video, because I'm afraid it's probably way long, and I apologize for that, you guys. Let's do, let's do this one. This is a fun one, and it's super easy to do as well. Okay, where's my pink? Pink. Okay, so on this one, I am going to just make some little trees. And I'm just doing 2 levels of trees. So and I love pink Christmas. I actually have a Christmas tree, a small one, that I decorate with pink bulbs and such, and I think it's so pretty. My husband thinks I'm so weird. but you know, it is what it is. I love pink. And I know some of you do not love pink. It is not your color. And I'm so very sorry that you don't get it. But I'm happy too, because if you loved pink like I love pink, perhaps the things that I wanted would not be in stock because you would have taken them or purchased them already. So I'm perfectly fine if you don't want to gravitate to this color. You can make little green trees. Green trees are nice. Super simple, huh? So then all we need to do, let's get us a white out here. We will do some little stars in between. So I have a question for you. Regards Christmas. Do you make most of your gifts? Or do you buy most of your gifts? Or is it kind of a half and half mix? Or what is it? I used to make almost everything, and then as years have passed and kids' desires, wants and such have changed. I suppose, I've adapted. And a lot of the things that the kids, as they grew older, clothing and that type of thing, and I gravitated more to purchased things than making them. It's easy to make little things for little ones. They're so happy with anything, but as our kids get a little bit older, and they have their own personalities and they have their own likes and dislikes, and it's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. But it does make you adapt your what you do sometimes. And then when you have family, but they live far away and you can't see them, then we find that money comes in handy too, because number one, mailing things can be super expensive, and number two, you're not 100% sure of what the recipient might want. And I used to be very against money. It was like, I looked at it as, oh man, that's a cop-out. And I don't look at it that way anymore. I look at it as something very nice and very convenient that, this way, whoever you send it to can have the fun of deciding and picking and going shopping and whatnot. But I'd be interested. Just curious where you guys are at and what your thoughts are. I do feel like Christmas gets way blown out of proportion on the commercial end of things. But at the same time, you know, everybody celebrates in their own way. Okay, guys. I will finish this out, but I'm not going to finish it on camera. I feel like I've kept you long enough. So I hope that this has been a little bit helpful. And like I said, I will put the links to Roxy's channel below, and you can check out her amazing work. This has been super fun, and get out your jelly plates, guys. Do some fun things with it, and then add or subtract different embellishments and stenciling and whatnot to make it really super fun. All right, love you guys. Until next video, you guys have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.